It is Backlash is the show after WrestleMania. It is the WrestleMania leftovers as it used to be during the BCAM era. But now, since we had two great ones, the last two have been fantastic. So I'm looking forward to this, and I hope you are too. So get your comments in as we go through the entire card, and we pick some surprises, as you can see from the thumbnail, what they're probably going to be. But get yours in. Knock, how are you doing, and are you excited for Backlash?
I'm excited for Backlash, man. This is the first Backlash in the U.S. in the last 3 years. You know, we had Puerto Rico, we had France. Both people killed it. It was incredible crowds. So going to St. Louis, going to Randy Orton's hometown, hopefully they keep the energy up.
Man, Puerto Rico Backlash is my favorite non-Royal Rumble pay-per-view in the last like five or plus years.
Yeah, so all the celebrities jumping on. Take some notes from Bad Buddy because that man delivered.
Hell yeah. Hopefully this is a great card. We just had some releases and everything else. So hopefully this brings the morale back up and brings some more energy to WWE as we just get some good home shows. So this aired before SmackDown. If they air anything that leads to a match that's before this airing, you can check the date. Please comment and let us know your picks for that.
Yes.
A lot of people thinking Logan Paul and Jey Uso, they'll probably save that for the next pay-per-view or Saturday Night's Main Event. Same with Jade Cargill and Naomi. So it may not get added for Backlash, which is fine.
Man, get the Logan Paul Jey Uso match out of here. Just get through it. Just throw it on the card, man. Just get it quick. Go through it quickly.
Well, if you're into Saturday Night's Main Event, I think that's where it's going.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into this card, though, because this card is here. It is now, and it's looking decent. We're going to run with 5 matches, nice, short, and sweet, like WWE does. Intercontinental Championship match, Dirty Dominik Mysterio versus Penta. This is going to be a good one. More luchador styles. Some things could come into play. Knock, do you have any predictions for this match?
I would love to see Penta win the title here, but Dom, as a character, he's one of the biggest characters in the whole company. I put him up there with Cody, Jay. He's getting the biggest reactions, whether it's boos or cheers now. So Dom's going to have to get his first title defense. He's going to win this one. It reminds me back in the day, a few years back, when they had WrestleMania Backlash, when he won the tag belts with his dad. And not only that, a few years, he's having a great singles run, and now he's in IC champion. He gets the victory here. But I think he's going to sell for Penta the whole match. I think he sells for Penta, makes him look great, gets a cheap win at the end, retains, all good.
Yeah. Mr. Upper, how are you doing? And I'm going to say we're going to do double interference on this match. I'm going to go with you, though. It is Dirty Dom with the victory, and Judgment Day will do something that leads a little bit more towards the Finn feud that we'll hopefully get. But I do think El Grande Americano screws Penta out of this. And I don't know if it's going to lead to Rey Fenix coming back in here and we're forming the Lucha Brothers, which they officially said on SmackDown, or not. But I think that's what's going to be. So look for El Grande Americano to cost Penta the match and Dom to win it.
That's a great point. I kind of forget about that fake luchador. Rey Fenix needs to get his lick back. I will say this, though. Say when we do build the Lucha Bros, imagine the Lucha Bros versus the Street Profits in WWE, man. Imagine that type of match. Or Motor City Machine Gun. You got a lot of options here.
All I want to see now is all these tag teams and ladder matches because that one from SmackDown is still just so damn good. Easily. I don't know who they would feud with if they're Lucha Brothers and El Grande Americano. I guess what's the Creed Brothers? They could feud them.
Yeah, that could be decent. You know, different matchup styles. That could be interesting. I just want to get this fake luchador off my screen, man. We got AAA coming in here. We got real luchadors.
Oh, yeah.
Play luchadors. We get the real ones.
Yeah. All right. It'll probably all lead into the AAA event same day as Money in the Bank. So it's coming up in a few weeks. Saturday Night's Main Event's coming up in a few weeks. There's a lot of things that can we're getting Backlash matches after Backlash. All right. That's what we're getting. All right. Next up is a fatal 4-way. For the Men's United States Championship, Jacob Fatu defends against LA Knight, Damian Priest, and Drew McIntyre. This is, I think this is put on the card to be the most talked about match of the night. It's just going to be brutal. It's going to be one hell of a match. What do you say about that?
100%. Again, I believe these people will tear the house down. I mean, when you put these people in here, you get Drew, you get Damian, and of course, Jacob Fatu.
Yeah.
I just feel like we're about to go to war. I feel like a war is coming. I mean, rip up the guardrails, the table. Like someone's going to get pulverized. It's gonna be bad. I don't know who takes the pin here. I don't know if you get a finish, but it's gonna be chaos. This is what this match looks like to me, like chaos. And in the smoke, when the dust settles, I got Jacob Fatu winning. I don't know who takes the pin, but I got Fatu for the victory.
Okay. That is a good point. Who takes the pin? More interference could happen if anyone returns from Bloodline 2.0, but it seems like we got some injuries and it's only Solo left. I think, oh man, I don't know. Again, we're gonna get more Backlash matches after Backlash. Obviously, Jacob Fatu, I'm with you on that. That's a good pick. I'm gonna say Damian Priest takes the pin.
Okay. I can see Drew costing him, getting that feud going. There's a lot you can do here, but LA Knight, if I had to pick, I'd pick LA Knight. How do you feel his stock is right now? Like I feel like he's kind of coming down that high.
Here's the thing about LA Knight. LA Knight's stock is dependent on LA Knight. We liked LA Knight, we liked Eli Drake because of his mic skills. His in-ring skills are on point every time, but I don't think it's I haven't really seen a 5-star match. It's not the selling point for me. So it's all about what he does on the mic. If he just comes out and hits his catchphrases, his stock's going to teeter a little bit. But if he comes out with some new stuff here and he doesn't have to roast everyone, but if he comes out with some hot stuff on the mic, which he did a couple times recently, I think his stock is going to remain high for people to buy in.
Just a random thought. You think you can go toe-to-toe with CM Punk on the mic?
Yes, I do believe so. He's been in the industry long enough to hit industry points that I do think he can without getting like personal about relationships.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm a big LNA fan, of course. Funny enough, he's going in a match against Drew McIntyre. I got to go throw some TNA history in here. Drew McIntyre, Eli Drake, LA Knight, what do you want to call him, and Tonga Loa of the Bloodline were all in a faction together in TNA when they all debuted back in the day. This is like TNA back when they went into the Anthem series, like 2016-ish.
Is Tonga Loa cleared? Wouldn't that be funny if they did that?
It would be. It'd be hilarious. It'd be another TNA callback.
They got the footage to use it. Why not?
Yeah.
Was Jacob Fatu ever in TNA?
He might have been for like a coffee. I don't think he was ever signed or did anything too crazy.
Okay. All right, but this is going to be one hell of a match. It's just going to be clip after clip, highlight reel after highlight reel of bumps. So it's going to be a good hell of a match. Get your thoughts in on that match because we're going to match number 3 of 5. We're already at the halfway point. Women's Intercontinental Championship match. This match, I'm not going to break down everything of led up to this match. It's very messy with the Bayley situation, WrestleMania. But now we got very personal on Monday night with Becky Lynch. Before we talk about the match, I got to ask you, did you see the promo Becky Lynch cut on Monday Night Raw?
I didn't, but I seen some of her thoughts in an interview outside of WWE. If you want to enlighten me, let me know.
Well, she basically was ripping on, other than the Bayley stuff, and saying how she would probably pay $99 a month to get.
Oh yeah,
that was funny. But you know what? I'm going to put this up here, Mr. All Power, because it goes along with this. She complained that people.
Oh gosh.
She complained that people called her this, but then what she did was a very Becky Hogan thing. She talked about how the women's championship has had like a bunk storyline because it's been all about Dominik, a man.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
That is burying everything that they've done for the past year and a half. And I'm sorry, but that's been pretty damn good storytelling that made everyone involved look like superstars. So I thought that was a very I know it seems like she knows what she's doing, but that was a very Becky Hogan thing to do.
Yeah. I can kind of see what she's getting at, but it must have been like the delivery or how she might have won it. Because, you don't want to downplay everything else that happened with the women's championship, especially with Io. The run Io's been on has been incredible.
Right. That aside.
This is tough. I don't know what character she's really going for. This doesn't feel like, obviously, doesn't feel like the man. Doesn't feel like big time Bex. This is interesting. Do you think she's on her way out soon? Does it feel like the end?
I don't think it feels like the end. It may feel like kid number 2.
Okay. And then, so that's kind of what I'm just curious because you can go one or two ways here. You have some history here. Obviously, both of these women are from Ireland. You have some ties there. You also have the NXT ties where I believe Lyra is the one who dethroned Becky, right? For the title. That's how it went for the NXT championship when she went back down. So you have some ties there. Becky needs to get her lick back. It'd be good for Lyra to get the victory. She got assaulted. It's tough. I think they want to get the belt back to Becky. She'd be a great IC champion. But I just don't see her winning now because of I want to believe they'll book Bayley properly. And Bayley is also owed a lick. So if she interferes here, costs Becky the championship, you can keep the belt on Lyra for a little bit longer. We just had one of our first-time champions, Chelsea Green, lose the belt. I think we can keep Lyra with the belt a little longer so it's not around the same time they both lose the belts.
Agreed. That's smart. Yeah, I think Bayley will cost Becky, and then we'll get whatever this storyline is set into motion with all three players. I think Becky did enjoy working with Lyra in NXT.
Yeah.
She put everyone over when she was in NXT. So
she did.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Again, Bayley's going to come back at Backlash, and this is going to be the crux of the storyline, hopefully resulting in some big thing at SummerSlam.
Yeah. And it's just crazy. This is the year for, you got Cena, you got Becky. They're not putting anyone over anymore. They're getting their shovels and they're putting people down. If Bayley doesn't return here, Zach, on the other side of the coin, do you think that's a sign she's leaving? Or is it too soon to tell?
It might be too soon to tell, but also it kind of seems like one of them is leaving, either Becky or Bayley.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Like, I'm sure Mercedes could sweet talk either one of them into coming over there.
I hope so. I mean, I hope we can get it right with everything, man. I would love to see Bayley have a nice run. Yeah.
All right, but we do have a lot coming up. AAA and SummerSlam on the same day. Saturday night's main event before that, and whatever the July pay-per-view is too. So there's a lot of storytelling.
Oh, yeah.
To go forward.
There's a lot. There's definitely a lot. Man.
All right, let's get into this one. It is Gunther versus Pat McAfee.
Oh, gosh.
Pat McAfee on the mic recently, getting the fans behind him for this one, really rallying everyone for him to beat Gunther. I'm going to kick this one off. I'll give you my prediction after this, but I want Gunther to beat the shit out of him.
This needs to be a squash match. I know Gunther, or I know Pat McAfee can go in the ring. He's a lot more deceptively athletic than people think. He can talk in the mic. He has a big following right now. I like Pat McAfee. I even enjoy his show. But to go face to face with Gunther, we just watched Gunther lose to Jay. Yeah. Gunther needs to demolish him. Maybe he gets 1 or 2 hits, 2 minutes. After that, it needs to be an ass whooping, belt to ass whooping from Gunther, and he needs to get smashed. He needs to get destroyed here.
This is very odd storytelling. To have the announcer. I get it. Maybe Pat's going to have some time off after this. Nothing's really coming up, right? He leaves for football in August.
Yeah, he has some time here to leave. Unless he wants to, I don't know, just take some time off and get, put out. That could be one thing. But he has till August when college football comes back.
All right. Well, I think what's going to happen here is Pat is going to call somebody in because he knows what's going on here. He's going to call someone in to back him up because he knows what's going to go down. Sabrina Carpenter is going to get the phone call and then come down in matching outfits. That was pretty good. The Met Gala thing, that was pretty funny. But no, that person is, and they're going to finally do this, pull the trigger on this thing that they did at Bad Blood. It's time that they're going to pull the trigger and have Goldberg come in. Goldberg will help McAfee out. And again, we have a lot of events coming up, so I don't know which one they're going to do this on. Saturday night's main event, SummerSlam Night 2, Money in the Bank, or just on Netflix, but they'll do this for Goldberg's retirement match, and I hope he understands he should be putting Gunther over in that retirement match.
I would hope so. Listen, I don't want to see Goldberg, period, but to have him come back, he needs to lose to Gunther. Maybe give him a tune-up match at some point, do his thing, get one more spear in. But I think Gunther needs to kick out of the spear on a 1 count.
So let me ask you this then. If he does kick out of that spear on a 1 count, does that build him back up from what we've seen Gunther go from his IC title reign and being that menacing Gunther to the more Joker kind of 90s villain Gunther that we saw against Jey Uso until the last couple of weeks?
I 100% believe if you have him not squash Gunther, but you have him beat up Pat McAfee, keep doing his thing, take out Goldberg in a retirement match, I think you can get him back on track to even NXT UK Gunther.
Oh,
okay. His vaults are out here.
I like that. Okay.
So we'll see. And there are two things here. I would have loved to see Big E be the person to retire Goldberg. I know that would have been, it just prints money. Big E is like, that's his favorite wrestler. I would have loved that story. Obviously, it's not going to happen. So Gunther's a good villain. He's a great villain. He would have been a great Bond villain, great 90s villain. This works. But I'm actually rooting for the villain here. I don't want to see Goldberg win.
Nope. All right. If anyone out there wants to see Goldberg win, please comment.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll be nice about that if I respond, but I want to know. My God, again, when certain people have social media or get in front of a microphone, they show themselves a little too much. Yeah, that's my thoughts on that. We have one more match left. I think this is what Backlash needs to make it count. Because if you start making Backlash be what it used to be, which is basically the Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania. Again, last two Backlashes have been money, so hopefully this one.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I want to see the U.S. crowd bring it. I mean, we had these crowds outside of the states really dominate. Puerto Rico was incredible. My boy AJ Styles got the best reception in France.
That's right.
Let's get it done, man. Let's get AJ back on track. Let's do it up.
All right.
Here we go.
Knock, you must love this match. You grew up with these two.
Oh, my goodness.
Battling. These were the two that you saw growing up. These were your Hogan and Macho. These were your Stone Cold and Rock.
This was everything.
Are you excited about this match?
I am not excited for the match. I'll be honest with you. But okay. I'm excited to see the match. Like, I'm excited to see Orton versus Cena. The actual match, we'll see how it goes. Maybe Orton can carry him a little bit here. And it's crazy to say Orton's got to carry Cena here. It's crazy to say that. And I would have never guessed in my life watching those two feud, we'd see a heel Cena versus a face Randy Orton. That's insane to me. But that's where we've come to, man. I like this storyline here. Randy is a 14-time world champion, I believe. He's right there to break Cena's record before Cena even finishes up. I think Randy, as the ultimate wrestler who never left WWE, he stayed there the whole time. That'd be a cool story to build, him getting closer to Cena now and trying to chase that and be that company man Cena was, or we thought he was, since he threw it all away. So there's a lot of story here, man. You have the Cody stuff as well. Cena taking out Cody, Orton kind of having that chip on his shoulder because Cody was his legacy guy. Yeah. There's a lot of ties that make this interesting. This is a good main event because of all the stuff that builds up to it. I hope they can do something in a match to make it more interesting, especially coming off that Mania match. Last thing I'll say before I throw to you, Zach, as a TNA fan, one of the big things, like, for example, Sting, one of his last world championships in TNA, it was so important for him to still prove to people he was worthy to be champion and have good matches. And he was so bummed out when he had that match, sadly, with Jeff, that didn't go well. And it kind of put a stink on his world championship reign. So we know what he did after that. He went on the run of his life after that, did the whole Joker stuff, had some great matches with Angle, and got back on track. And the reason I bring that up is because whether you enjoyed it or not, there's been a lot of stuff talked about with Cena and Cody's match. The Travis Scott stuff, everything. So I'm hoping Cena has something to prove here and he can get this world championship on the right track. So I'm rooting for that to happen. That's what I'm rooting for. I know Cena's going to win. I'm just rooting for him to put on a better match than we are all expecting. Yeah.
You pretty much said anything that probably needs to be said about this match. It was great. And you brought up a point too. That's another side storyline. We don't think Randy's going to take the belt from Cena now, but if he does get the title, I mean, that leads up to Cody taking it off of him then if he gets it more towards Mania next year, and that's the next year's main event. So, and that pays off the legacy, and that could be even Orton's retirement. So a lot of great storytelling just coming out of this match.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we keep talking. I mean, this is the first matchup. There's still, a lot of months left. I think 20-something dates for Cena. Imagine
Yeah.
Cena retires and goes out by getting punted by Randy Orton. Who would have thought that ending? You know,
His dad.
we still don't know who's going to retire Cena, but this is a good
That's
start
true.
to what will be the run. So I think this is again a great matchup. It's in St. Louis, so we're gonna.
Yeah.
If you want to get Cena booed, this is the perfect place to go.
That's true. I'm gonna probably just agree with you here. Cena's for the win, and I think Cody's coming back at the end because Cena starts to get a little like Randy Orton style, maybe punting in the head with him after he beats him, and that cues Cody back.
Or he goes for that.
I think it's
death
too
punch.
soon for Cody back.
It's too soon for Cody, in my opinion. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think you do it here because then you have to build towards another rematch. I don't think we're ready for that yet. But if it's not Cody returning here, who else is built up enough to go against Cena right now?
That's a good question. Wow.
They might,
especially after that Cody match. I don't know. It's not like let's say if it was Kenny Omega retiring right now.
Yeah.
Like you got to be damn good to go against Kenny Omega. Now I think like half the roster could technically go against Cena.
Yeah.
Storyline wise, I don't know, Knock.
Listen, if they had AJ Styles where he wanted to be, I know I keep saying AJ Styles, but if you really want to get Cena to stay on track right now, AJ would be the perfect guy. You have the storyline with the Rumble, the SummerSlam. You could throw him in there with Cena and legitimize his run with a nice, really good match.
Yeah.
Again, this is Cena's last. We got to have some good matches with Cena's last run. I don't want to just be, he's a heel and he just put it on these stinkers. Let's have some beggars in there too, man. Let him loose.
I think he's gonna listen to what's being said about his Mania match, and I think you're right. This is gonna be one hell of a match, and that's what I like. If it's 20 dates left, and he's even talking about not even showing up for most of them for matches, I think that's what we need. Maybe AJ Styles next. Maybe you get a Cody Rhodes or someone else after that, and then someone. I don't think it should be Cody to take the belt off of him. Yeah, and then we get to whoever is going to retire Cena.
Do you think we can get to a Cena War Games match? You think that's too towards the end?
Oh, knock. We need.
I would love to see the War Games, man.
Knock. We haven't talked about this. I forgot to send it in our group chat. And anyone out there, I'm sorry to break your heart. War Games here in California.
Yes, sir.
No. It's just Survivor Series this year.
Wait, what? No, Zach. I've been waiting to see War. I've never seen War Games in my life in live. I've been waiting for them to bring it over here. They brought it over here. They said we're coming, and you're going to tell me we're not bringing a cage?
From what's being said, I don't know if they're just giving it a break. Or if it's because of
Give
storytelling.
It a break next year. You robbed me of The Rock in LA. You robbed me of Cody's victory. Give me the cage.
Yeah, so far it's not happening at Survivor Series this year.
Zach, come on, dog.
It's not my decision. If it was my decision, it happened a lot. We have an Evolve War Games next week on Tubi.
I have to go back to a regular 5-on-5 match? What type of shit is this? I guess.
Don't worry, Knock.
If they bring War Games
lobby
next
the gobbledygooker
in LA, I'll be so furious.
You know they're going to. Oh man.
Nah.
By the way, cheap tickets for Money in the Bank here in Los Angeles are about $200.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's something else, man. But
does that change your mind about going to Survivor Series?
It slightly does. Now I'm gonna have to go. I have to see what the storylines are. I have to see, what the matchups are looking like. I would have bought my ticket today strictly off of War Games being, the theme. Then not being a theme, I'm gonna have to wait. I'm gonna have to see.
Yep. I swear, if it's brand supremacy, I'm gonna be so TNA, AEW, and MLW. It's not gonna be funny.
I mean, what if it's Survivor? What if it is Survivor Series with like WWE versus TNA? I might go to that. You had WWE versus NXT a few years ago. That was really successful before War Games.
Look, we talked about it in the chat with Elijah appearing on NXT last night.
That's Elijah, the crowd.
I think you might be right, and maybe that would be the conclusion. like the invasion angle. That is the
Yeah.
conclusion. And after WWE beats TNA in Survivor Series matchups, they own TNA. How are you going to get fired from somewhere and then go back and like
That's
clean up their
whole
lunchroom
thing
or like what? I don't know.
It was so weird. I want to go kind of weird. Like, Backlash. AJ Styles would be the next opponent for Cena. Get him back on track. I don't see anyone else, honestly. But we got Seth being built up, but he's a bad guy on the other brand.
Yeah.
Backlash. I'm glad it's short matches. Really get some good storytelling in here, and I think you're fine.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully they do, and obviously they're going to do their little pops here with Goldberg coming back and Bailey coming back, and maybe someone else, maybe Solo does a turn on Jacob Fatu and something else happens.
That'd be interesting. I don't know what Ray's injury is looking like. I don't know if he might need to come back yet or.
Oh, that's true. I mean, they got to start building up to sell double nights of SummerSlam. That's a huge endeavor.
Oh yeah, you're right. 2 nights.
They have to build up for that. 2 nights of SummerSlam in August.
That's crazy. I forgot about that.
So something big has to happen at Backlash. Excuse me, multiple things big have to start the domino effect because, again, we said it, Saturday night's main event at the end of the month. Then you have the AAA event with Penta and other people are going to be at. And then that night, you have Money in the Bank. Then you have another pay-per-view. And then you have the 2 nights of SummerSlam. So it's a lot of storytelling to start building up this weekend at Backlash.
Yeah. Should be interesting. Should be interesting, man. But you know your boys going to be watching it. Keep an eye out for the channel.
That's right.
I'm also going to be at New Japan Resurgence this week. Very excited in the Ontario area. If you guys are there, let me know. But I will look to get some good, interesting video from there. You got a lot of people. Bucks are returning. Mercedes is going to be there. Before we sign off with the Backlash predictions, Zach, this is our West Coast Popcast days. So I just want to get your thoughts real quick on the debut of the Evolve Championships. If you can see right there, let me blow it up real quick. The Evolve Men's and Women's Championships to debut.
Again, wasn't Timothy Thatcher fired?
Did
they not change the code on the door?
I guess he's ID'd now, so I don't know.
Okay. That's cool. I do like the titles. I think they look decent. But again, now you have your ID titles that are out there, your Evolve titles, your NXT titles, and then your main roster.
That's a lot of rankings.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's reminding me of baseball where you got the AA, AAA, and you get all the majors. Like it's a lot.
Yeah,
but
it's a lot.
Backlash. Very excited to see how it plays out. Hopefully, it's a good show. I know Will Ospreay's not going to be watching, but I hope you guys enjoy. Hop on the cock. Shout out to everybody who jumps up, the poppers, the floppers, and rampages, man. We all appreciate you all. Peace out.
I thought you were going to end it.
I'm going to end it right now, but jump on TikTok, everyone. Backlash. Peace out, y'all.
We'll fix it in post, Knock.
Yeah. Too bad we're live. Peace out, y'all. See you next week.
Have a great weekend, everyone.